All right, testing. Can you hear Phineas and Ferb in the background? I think this angle's a little bit better. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know. Let's see how much I can film before my baby starts crying. He's watching Phineas and Ferb. And I think my cat's in here. And she's in heat and she doesn't stop meowing. Which is quiet, so I'm gonna
get this party started, you know what I'm saying?
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a sit-down video. I normally don't do sit-down videos, but I had an idea. My top 25 essentials for having a newborn and all the way up to 3 months old. Because there has been some things that have changed. As he's growing up a little bit and he's getting older, there's some things that he doesn't use anymore, and like some things that I wish I would have put on my baby registry. Here are some ideas for your baby registry, and I feel like a lot of these, there's my cat. And I feel like a lot of these items, a lot of people don't talk about. So we're gonna see if you guys have heard of these items.
Is there something on my lens?
No, I don't think so. So hopefully you guys can hear Phineas and Ferb and I don't get copyright. And hopefully my cat doesn't meow. So, first thing first, I kind of want to put all these in a category. Let me get these. I have my notes so I can stay on track. So we'll talk about, there's gonna be some things that are just for the baby and like some things for the mama. Spumoni. I can do a separate video about postpartum essentials and just stuff even I still use now. First things first, my number one thing, I guess these aren't really in order, but one thing that I never heard of and my sister-in-law told me about it is gripe water. So I use Little Remedies and this one is Mommy's Bliss. So it's for gas, colic, fussiness, and hiccups. And I did not use this for the longest time because I thought it was medicine, but it's not medicine. It's just, I think it's just ginger and fennel seed. I don't know why I thought this was like medicine because I actually have an essential oil that's really good for this as well. And I didn't use it for, I don't even think, a month. And there were some times where he would be just crying and I just couldn't do anything about it. And it would just make me so sad. And one day I was like, should we try this? And it immediately, he stopped crying and he was sucking on his pacifier and he went to bed. I was like, why didn't I use this sooner? But I do recommend Mommy's Bliss just for it's like a couple more dollars than the Remedies one, but I recommend this one strictly because of the applicator. So there's a little, I don't know what you call that, on top. Then here's your syringe, you turn it upside down and then you can get how many you need in there. The other ones, you have to put it all the way down the bottle and like the sides of it just gets dirty and gross. So I don't recommend that one. It works just the same. And if you want to save a few bucks, sure. But it's just so much easier and faster whenever your baby's crying and you only have one hand. When I started watching videos of postpartum essentials or essentials for your babies, I think you guys have heard this. You use Vaseline whenever your baby is born because the first poop, it's meconium. It's a very sticky black tarish poop that is really hard to clean up, and people say you can use Vaseline, which you can, but I really like the all-purpose balm by The Honest Co. It's specifically like for your baby, and I still use it now. It's hypoallergenic. You can use Vaseline if you want, but I really like this one and it smells nice. I still use it today. Like after I give Titus a bath, I put it all over his diaper area because sometimes the creases and like the outer edges where the diaper would be can get a little red and irritated. My baby has not gotten diaper rash yet, so I can't really recommend a diaper rash cream, but this organic all-purpose balm, really good. And then after that, I'll just show you this. It's not really an essential, but I thought I'd show you. We just use The Honest as well. This overall lotion. So the all-purpose balm around his diaper area, and then this is everywhere else. And then this is kind of, it's different for everyone, but a little tip about like whenever you're just first starting breastfeeding, I thought I would mention this just because it's kind of in the order of like creams and stuff. I have this Earth Mama organic nipple butter. I use this a little bit, but Titus just, you can tell in his face he did not like the taste of it. Even though it's safe for them to lick or have. What am I saying? It's safe for them to ingest. He didn't really like it, and I used it more whenever like I knew which side I was going on. However, he had a hard time latching on my right side, so for a while I was only breastfeeding on my left side. But what I do, if you have the same problem as me, what I do recommend, which It's kind of funny, I don't think anybody else does this. I got a plastic bag, filled it up with water, and room temperature is colder than your body temperature. So I would literally just put a bag of water in my nursing bra because ice water is too cold, but it really soothes and it really helps. So that one might be a weird one, but I really recommend doing that. Or like they also have these like metal nipple shields that I saw after the fact, after like my nipples got like used to it, and I'm telling you, you will get used to it after a week or so. Like the beginning can be hard and it hurts, but you'll get through it, it'll be better. But the bag of water, I'm telling you, really helps. Okay, next thing I have on here, while we're talking about nipples and breastfeeding, is this LV pump, and it's a little dirty, my bad, but the LV pump. Everybody is different. I would recommend, I didn't know about this until after I got my breastfeeding, my pumps, but there's different size flanges. Like it's the size of this. These are both dirty, I am so sorry. But different size of the holes, the openings. For a while, like I said, he wouldn't latch on my right side, so I would pump out of this side because I didn't want it to, I wanted to still produce milk, right? Sometimes Cameron, my husband, he would take a shift out of the night and you would use a bottle of my breast milk. I liked the LV one because it was very easy and convenient. Like it just slipped into your bra, you just press it, and then the natural suction while you're feeding on the other side, I got like an ounce out of it every time. I really liked it just because of the convenience. Yeah, I like the LV pump. I didn't start using regular pumps, like automatic pumps, until honestly I think a couple weeks ago, and he's 3.5 months old. But I don't pump enough to recommend a pump for you guys. Next one is a sound machine. I have the Hatch sound machine. I actually wanted that before I got pregnant, and I just wanted it for myself because there's a specific Hatch sound machine that you can program to turn on the lights at a specific time, and it looks like a sunset, and it like gradually gets brighter and wakes you up like an alarm clock. He's asleep. Yes! I was on the Hatch machine, and the last thing I said was the Hatch sound machine that I have is the sunrise thing, right? Yes. However, unfortunately, I don't want to recommend that one just because it's been finicky with us, and sometimes it just doesn't work and it's not worth, I don't know, maybe we just got a finicky one, or maybe we just don't know how to use it. But it worked great for a while. On the side of it, you can put like a certain level of brightness, and that's what I would recommend for a bedside lamp, because you don't want it to be too bright whenever you're just breastfeeding, and your eyes will adjust to the darkness anyways. So I honestly put it on like level 1 out of 100. I would look into your bedside lamps. But this sound machine, it's a portable one. You can charge it. It's not battery operated. You charge it. And honestly, I keep it plugged in my room all the time, and I don't really use it that often out. Like I don't want him to get like dependent on it, so we don't really use it too much, just at nighttime. But yeah, a sound machine. This is I think it's Yoga Sleep. Yeah, by Yoga Sleep. There's different kinds of sounds. I don't know, I like it. Next is, in terms of electronics, it's this electric nasal aspirator. We actually didn't use this until yesterday, but I do recommend it an automatic one instead of, I also have the nose Frida, and it's like you suck it out, but I just feel like that'd be a lot of work, and he was really snotty. But yeah, it comes on like these 3 parts. There's 2 applicators. There's this long one, and then like more of a chubby one. But it works really good. Like even Cameron used it on himself, and I used it on myself as well, and it works really nice. So whenever your baby's a little snotty, and obviously they don't know how to blow their nose, and it sucks whenever you're feeding them and they just can barely breathe. This one, oh my gosh, I highly recommend an electric nail file. Oh my goodness. My sister-in-law told me about this one. Again, shout out to Kayla because she told me a lot of stuff. But it's an electric nail file, and that might sound a little scary, but there's different tops to them. So then it's like different grit. This one's 0 to 3 months, and I think this one or that one is like 3 to 6 months. So it goes at a really good speed, and whenever it I don't know how it does it, but you just pop it on top and then it spins and it'll stop. Ooh. I don't know, he's never been afraid of it, and he does really well with it. Honestly, one time he fell asleep doing it. So you guys have seen me use this on my vlogs before. So this one's, I would really highly recommend it. I don't know the fan side, the brand is fan side. I don't really think the brand matters. I don't know. I like this one. I really highly recommend it because Titus's nails, they grow back so fast. Their nails do grow back really fast. And sometimes when it's very common for babies to like do this right onto your breast. And I don't know if I want to show you guys, but I have like so many scratches on my chest from him doing that. And also he used to scratch his face up. His face was so scratched up before, and I had to put gloves on him because we didn't have one of those, and it was just so sad. And whenever you put, oh my gosh, I'm just rambling on, but whenever you put like gloves on your baby, sometimes it can get like real sweaty and gross and grimy in there. So I guess pick your battles, you know what I'm saying? This is an electric thermometer, like a 4-head thermometer. You just turn on, boom. Boom, okay. I recommend a thermometer because sometimes whenever you just feel like your baby might be a little bit hot and you just wanna, I was a little paranoid a little bit, but it's okay. You just wanna make sure your baby's okay. So I also have an armpit one, but yeah, I think that a thermometer is essential just to give you some peace of mind. All right, the next thing, I guess could go under electric, but I'm not gonna bring it in here because he's using it. It's a baby swing. So I wanted this baby swing. I wish I had it way earlier than I got it. So definitely put a swing on your registry. It's by Chico, I think, and it just sways side to side. I mean, some babies do like vibration. We actually had like an automatic one, which was, I'm not automatic, just what's the opposite of automatic? A manual one, where like if the baby moved, it would bounce and then it vibrated. He liked that for a little bit, but not that long. He wanted to just be moving. My baby's a very active baby. He just likes to move. So we got this swing, and the first time we put him on it, he fell asleep. I was like, thank the Lord. And he's asleep on it right now. And the good thing about that swing is that it's a timed sway. Whenever he stops moving for a certain period of time, it'll stop swaying. So it won't like damage the batteries or anything like that. And it's not battery, I think it can be battery operated, but it's plugged in. So I recommend a swing. Also a humidifier. We have the Freedom humidifier, I think. I don't know what it's called. The 3-in-1, so I think it can play music, it has lights, and obviously the humidifier. I didn't start using that until the winter time, because when the boys got sick before I didn't start using it until they got sick. And the first night that I used it and we had humidity on, oh my gosh, it helped a lot. It didn't like cure them, but it really helped a lot, especially sometimes Cam likes to sleep with a fan on because we get really hot. We're like really hot sleepers. So I do recommend a humidifier. Okay, I think that's it for electric stuff. The next thing that's on my list, I'm glad I wrote this list down. I would have been just totally all over the place. I didn't start using it until now, like probably 2.5 months old, 3 months old, is this sleep sack. It's a hand-me-down, so I cannot tell you the brand. It's all like worn out, but it looks like this. It's like literally a little sleeping bag, and it has little tiny weighted beads in the chest area, and I think that's what really did it for him, because sometimes when he falls asleep, whenever I'm holding him and then I put him down, he'll like start fidgeting, and I'll put my hand on his chest. It just makes him feel like you're still there. Just any kind of sleep sack with a little kind of weighted on the chest, he really liked that, but make sure they're old enough for that. I would say, I think that you can't use these until, oh, here's a brand, Nested Bean. I think that's the brand. I would do your research. I believe that they can't start using this until, I would say, probably 2.5 or 3 months old. I think I used it whenever he was 2.5. But before that, we do co-sleep for now. I don't want him to sleep in his own bed yet. So we co-sleep. We used a bassinet. Here, I'll start talking. We'll have a little sleeping category.
Boom, shakalaka, let's go.
But that's what we do now. When we first got home, he was in the bassinet. We had a bassinet, the Halo bassinet. We swaddled him. Oh my gosh, that's another topic I want to talk about with swaddles. The first day, the bassinet was on my side, and it was just awful because I was still healing. I had a natural birth. Well, not natural meaning like not C-section, just a vaginal birth. So he was in the bassinet, I would say, I think for 2 weeks. And if I'm being honest with you guys, we started co-sleeping with the Snuggle Me. This is a Snuggle Me, also known as a DockATot. And I know there's a lot of controversy about the DockATot. This is a hand-me-down, so it's actually pink. And we got covers for it, which I do recommend covers for them anyways, just because he would spit up every once in a while and you just want to make sure it's clean. But he slept in that in between us for maybe a couple weeks as well. And then we just put him in his sleep sack and he still sleeps in between us. And it worked out great for us. So that's what we did. Every baby is different, like I said. So whatever you as a parent choose, whatever you want to do, like you are the best parent for your baby. So whatever you choose to do, just it's all trial and error, whatever works the best. Next thing I'm going to talk about is a Boppy. I didn't know that this one was not a correct Boppy. You see, this one's a flatter cushion. I think it's like a bamboo, kind of like a more like a memory foam. The real Boppies are more fluffy and they're awesome. I don't recommend this. I don't, because it's too low. It's still too low unless you got bigger knockers. I do not, as you can see. But yes, the actual Boppy, my other sister-in-law, I watched her use it. I'm like, dude, that is a huge Boppy. Is there like two in there? She goes, no, this is just one Boppy. I'm like, what? And she goes, did you get a Boppy brand? I'm like, no, I guess not, because mine's super flat. I recommend a real Boppy because I used to have my first couple of days of breastfeeding. Oh my gosh, my neck was so sore. I recommend a real Boppy. I guess since we're still talking about like breastfeeding and sleeping, what I really recommend, what will make your life easier, is a portable changing station. Just a foldable changing station that we put on our bed, because obviously we're not going to change them on our bed, and it just makes life easier. You can just wipe it up and you fold it back up instead of getting up and going to a changing table. I really recommend that. And another thing that I think that people don't talk about is having hand sanitizer by your bedside table. Sometimes whenever you just don't get enough sleep and you just don't want to get out of bed and you get poop on your hand, you just get your baby wipe, you wipe up your hand and use hand sanitizer. Like, I don't know if you've heard of that before. I feel like whenever I was watching videos, nobody ever said that. Yeah, that might be a weird one. And another thing that I could not live without, I don't know what I would do if I did not put this on my registry, and if I did not get it, I would have probably purchased it the next day, is a rolly cart. There's crap on my rolly cart right now because I don't use it anymore. But whenever I was healing after I gave birth, this was my, I don't know if you can see it in the frame, but this was my bedside table. And I rolled it from the living room to my bed every single day and night, because whenever you're first healing, you don't get up. You can stay in bed if you want, but I went to the living room so I can get better sunlight and just the TV, because I don't have a TV in my bedroom. But I rolled this sucker from my bedroom to my living room every single day, and it was the best. I put my water bottle in there, and I'm sure you guys have seen cart organizations on Pinterest, and if you didn't know that, you can find so many things what you should put on your cart, or I can even do a video if you'd like that. I might put one on Instagram, but it was the best. I just had a couple of diapers. I put that portable diaper changing table on there, and wipes, and my LV pump, and my thermometer, water, this was actually kind of just like on my couch, even though I barely used it because it's so. Okay, moving on to, what category can I make this? Maybe travel. A travel category. Number one is a car mirror, like a car seat mirror that you put right in front of them. That one could be pretty obvious, but I had just a generic one, but I wish I had a one with a light. I didn't really think about that. So if you put on your registry for a car seat light, I would do one with a light on it, because at night, obviously, you just can't see them. And it just gives me peace of mind to have a mirror there. And then moving on to carriers. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know all about this. You know about this. It's the Moby wrap. I think this is the color sand, but you can watch so many videos about this. I can also show you guys. However, I only used this whenever he was really little, and he wasn't very little for long, but it's just all cloth, all of it. It's just a big long thing of cloth, and I wrapped him up, and it was really nice just to like cuddle with him whenever you just didn't want to hold him, but you just want to be with him. And I use that a lot whenever I use this around the house. However, whenever he got a little bit bigger, I just felt like he wasn't secure in it, and that could be my fault, like if I didn't do it tight enough. So I quickly moved on to this one. It's a lot more heavy duty, and the Infantino one, and it's just a more structured kind of wrap. There's like a clip behind like your shoulder blades, around your hips, and this part goes up and down, and there's a whole bunch of compartments, So I recommend putting both on your registry. But like I said, it's personal preference. Along with, you can use this for literally anything. For your swing, for your seat that I'm about to talk about, or in your car seat. Literally, you can attach it to anything. I wouldn't say that he uses these quite yet, but they're very handy whenever your baby gets bigger, so you'll definitely use them eventually. This is a toy strap, but there's little circles and there's like a little bead on the top, and you just go like this, and then you wrap it around your toy. So whenever your baby starts teething and you're at a restaurant or something and he wants to throw it off the table, boom, it's not on the floor, it just goes. And I have a whole bunch attached to my seat, which I'll show you right now. But this is his seat. This is another thing that I didn't start using for a long time because I thought he was too small, but he's not, and he's honestly almost too big for it. But it has like these little attachments on it for his toys. I like to put a crinkle book because it has sound and he actually likes that the most. So he uses that every once in a while, or a swing, or sometimes I put him in an exerciser, which is like a thing that he stands up, which he's really liking now. He likes to stand up, but he's too small for it. So I put like a little tiny pillow behind it so he's supported. But something you can opt for is just like a circle cushion like this. I actually did not get this until like a month ago, which I wish I got this a lot sooner. So something like a play gym where like you can lay down and like look at something, or something like that. But that one is just like a little cushion, and I still use it sometimes. But something like that works great. I have a whole bunch of these muslin swaddles. I actually got a whole bunch of them, and for my gender reveal, these are Life Tree, but they're just it's a big long muslin, like it looks like a blanket basically. It's just a big old long thing, but they're swaddles. They're soft enough for swaddles. So I used all of them. I swaddled him all the time. I did not like the ones that you can zip up. It looks like a straitjacket, and like he just didn't like them and made me sad. So I like these ones, even though just for example, my baby, he popped out of them pretty early, but I really like them just because of the size of them, and they're very versatile. Like I can put it over my car seat, or I just got a stroller that's a jogging stroller, but it doesn't go all the way down. So, and it's winter soon and it gets really cold, so I can literally drape the whole thing over it. Yeah, I really liked those. Another thing, you guys probably have heard of this one, but it's a diaper genie. It's basically a trash can that has like this shutting, like a really tight shutting compartment, so like the smell stays in and not the whole room. It's just a really nice diaper trash can. And this next one is very dependent on what kind of mom you are. But in my opinion, I don't use a diaper bag. Like a backpack, I don't need that much stuff yet. Like especially when your baby is smaller. I can definitely see myself using it whenever he gets older and I need more toys and his outfits are like obviously bigger. But right now I just use my purse. I have a medium-sized purse, and all I put in it is diapers, a couple changes of clothes, like maybe a couple onesies. They're small, so it's not a big deal. Wipes are kind of big, but it fits in there just fine. I put his wipes in there. I put my gripe water in there, and those little, like a lot of purses come with pockets that you can put them in. The gripe water, what else do I put in there? And some stuff for myself, like chapstick, and I have a separate wallet and a pacifier. But I still do recommend getting a backpack or something for like later on. Like sometimes I used it for whenever I went on the plane. I have a vlog if you want to watch it. When I traveled with him for the first time, all of his stuff was in there. I used it as my carry-on, and like all of his outfits for the week were in there, and then I had a check-in bag. Yeah, I don't use that big backpack yet because there are some toys in there and some teething toys, but he's just still so small. He likes looking at his hands still. So yeah, that's just a little advice, or maybe an idea if you don't want to carry a big old bag. And plus it didn't even fit in my stroller, you know what I'm saying? Okay, last thing that I have on here, which I did not think of, which you think I would, watching all the videos I did. I got this hand-me-down. It was a flower. It's a huge flower cushion to put in your sink for bath time. I didn't even think about a cushion because I had a little mini bathtub thing, and but he was too small for it. So a little cushion for your sink, you need to have it. And my baby Titus, he did not like bath time in the beginning, but sister-in-law coming in clutch again, she told me to put a little towel on top of him because it was cold. A little washcloth on top of him and he'll stay warm. That is a really good advice that we really struggled with because he was a little scared and cold. I didn't even think about that. And if you want more ideas, like I didn't put anything of the obvious, like everybody has different preferences of their strollers and diaper brands and just pacifiers and things like that. But I'm gonna make an Amazon storefront. That's gonna be the link in my description if you just need more advice or if you just need more ideas. I would be happy to make that for you guys. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. I love watching videos like this. So let me know if you want videos on postpartum things or even as my baby's getting older. Like he's almost 4 months old and he's still changing so much. Yeah, just let me know if you guys want any other videos like that. I think I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Thank you guys so much for watching. I post at least once a week and make sure you guys like because it really supports my channel, and obviously subscribe because that supports my channel as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, now I gotta clean up this mess.